There's a quiet moment many women experience, often alone in front of a mirror. You look at your reflection, not just to check your outfit, but to search for something deeper. A sense of elegance you once wore so effortlessly, a spark, a softness, a signature that once defined you. And sometimes you wonder, is it still there? As we grow older, the way we express ourselves shifts. Trends come and go, but your story, the one told through your choices, your colors, your favorite pair of earrings, remains. Jewelry, in many ways, becomes more than just adornment. It becomes memory. It becomes meaning. It becomes a way of saying, this is still me. But here's the truth no one tells you. Elegance doesn't fade with time, it simply evolves. And in 2025, the world of jewelry is evolving with you. Designers, stylists, and trendsetters are no longer chasing youth, they're chasing individuality. They're celebrating boldness, playfulness, nostalgia, and strength. And most importantly, they're creating space for women like you to shine. So if you've ever felt unsure about what's still in, or whether your taste still belongs in today's trends, this video is your invitation to explore, to experiment, to fall in love again with jewelry that speaks not to your age, but to your essence. From stacked bangles that dance with every gesture, to brooches that whisper stories from generations past. From statement chains that command presence to delicate initials close to the heart. You'll discover the pieces that don't just suit your style, they reflect your spirit. Let's begin with something vibrant, layered, and personal, just like you. Stacked bangles are more than a trend. They're a celebration of individuality. Stacked bangles. There's something deeply satisfying about the soft clink of bangles as you move through your day. It's subtle, almost like a whisper, but it carries energy, confidence, movement, presence. And in 2025, stacked bangles are making their mark not just as a trend, but as a statement of individuality, especially for women over 60. You see, stacked bangles aren't about being flashy. They're about layering your story, one bracelet at a time. Maybe it's a smooth silver cuff you've had since your 40s. Maybe it's a beaded bangle you picked up during a trip to Santa Fe. Maybe it's a new piece, sleek and modern, that you chose just for you. Put them together, and suddenly your wrist becomes a canvas, not of fashion, but of memory, creativity, and personality. That's the beauty of this trend. There are no rules. You can mix metals, gold, silver, rose gold, or add texture with leather or glass. Stack 3 for a minimalist look, or 10 if you're feeling bold. The goal isn't to match, it's to express. And the versatility? It's unmatched. Going out for a relaxed lunch? Try combining wood, fabric, and beads for a boho feel. Heading to an evening dinner party? Layer sleek metallic bangles, maybe one with subtle diamonds, for quiet elegance. Stacked bangles also work beautifully with different body types and skin tones. They elongate the wrist, add light movement to your outfit, and draw attention in the most graceful way. And the best part? They're ageless. They don't try to hide your years. They celebrate them. So don't hesitate to explore your collection or start a new one. This trend gives you permission to play again, to experiment, to say, I'm still evolving, and I'm still enjoying the journey. Because fashion at this age isn't about impressing anyone else. It's about reconnecting with what makes you feel most you. And speaking of rediscovering timeless treasures, let's turn to an accessory that's quietly making a powerful return, one that your mother or grandmother likely wore with grace and charm. Brooches, pins. Sometimes, elegance is found in the smallest of details. A single pin, quietly resting on the lapel of a coat. A shimmering brooch nestled near the shoulder of a silk blouse. These are not just ornaments. They're reminders of a time when dressing up was a form of self-respect, and every accessory carried a story. In 2025, Brooches and pins are making a graceful return, but this time they're not bound by old rules. They're reimagined, bold, playful, artistic. And for women over 60, they offer something incredibly rare in fashion, a perfect blend of nostalgia and reinvention. You might remember your mother's favorite brooch, the one she wore on Sunday mornings or to special family dinners. Today, that same piece, or one like it, can be worn in ways she never imagined. On a denim jacket, pinned to a scarf, clustered on a knit sweater like a gallery wall of tiny treasures. And why stop there? Try placing one near your waistline to cinch a flowing dress. Adorn your handbag with a vintage pin for a fresh twist, or, my personal favorite, tuck a delicate brooch into an elegant updo for an unexpected sparkle that feels both timeless and modern. Brooches also allow for quiet self-expression. Unlike flashy trends, they don't scream for attention, they whisper. They hint at your love for florals, your fascination with Art Deco, your connection to a family heirloom passed down through generations. Even better, you can make them completely your own. Many designers are now creating brooches from unexpected materials: resin, hand-painted ceramics, even sustainable wood, giving you endless possibilities to reflect your style. And for those who love to mix vintage with contemporary, brooches offer the perfect harmony. Pair a bold, modern dress with an antique pin, or soften a tailored blazer with a floral brooch in soft pastel enamel. Every woman deserves an accessory that feels personal. And few things feel more intimate, more expressive, than choosing the perfect place to pin a memory onto your outfit. So whether you're digging into your jewelry box or discovering something new at a local boutique, don't overlook these delicate storytellers, because up next, we're exploring something just as personal, perhaps even more so. Jewelry that doesn't just say who you are, it says your name. Initial jewelry. There's something powerful about seeing your own initials engraved in gold, or the first letter of a loved one's name quietly resting over your heart. It's simple, delicate, and deeply personal. And that's exactly why initial jewelry is one of the most meaningful trends of 2025. For women in their 60s and beyond, this isn't about keeping up with fleeting fashion. It's about connection, connection to your story, to the people you've loved, to the woman you are now, and the woman you've grown to be. Initial jewelry allows you to carry a part of that story with you every single day. Maybe it's a pendant with your grandchild's first letter, or a ring engraved with your late partner's initial. Or perhaps it's just your own, chosen not out of vanity, but as a quiet declaration: I am still here, I still matter. The beauty of this trend lies in its versatility. You can choose something dainty, a slim gold necklace that layers effortlessly with other pieces, or go bold with chunky rings or earrings that celebrate your initials in a more artistic way. There are no wrong choices, only meaningful ones. Layering is another lovely way to express your style. Try combining a simple initial pendant with gemstone chains or textured links for depth. Or wear multiple initials together: your name, your spouse, your children, forming a quiet tribute only you fully understand. And yes, initial jewelry also makes an incredible gift. There's nothing more thoughtful than receiving a custom piece that reflects who you are, whether from a daughter, a lifelong friend, or even a gift you give yourself. It's a symbol that you're known, seen, and cherished. It's amazing how one tiny letter can hold so much emotion. But isn't that the magic of growing older? We've learned to see meaning in the little things. So whether you're embracing your initials or honoring someone else's, let your jewelry say what words sometimes can't. And speaking of bold expressions, the next trend on our journey is all about strength, style, and presence. Without saying a single word, chunky chains. Sometimes you don't need to say a word to be noticed. You just walk into a room and the energy follows. That's the quiet power of presence. And in 2025, chunky chains are capturing that essence in the most beautiful, intentional way. These bold, oversized links may seem unexpected for women over 60. But don't be fooled. Chunky chains aren't about trying to be loud or trendy. They're about owning your space. They say, I know who I am. They say, I'm not here to shrink. I'm here to shine. What I love most about chunky chains is how versatile they are. You can wear a single statement necklace with a soft cashmere sweater and instantly elevate the entire look. Or layer different textures and metals, gold with silver, matte with glossy, for something more artistic and unexpected. For a daytime outfit, try a medium link chain paired with a crisp white shirt and tailored pants. It adds polish without being overpowering. In the evening, bring out the drama with multiple layers over a black sheath dress or drape one long chain over a flowing blouse. It's an effortless way to feel elegant without needing sparkle or frills. If you're more reserved with jewelry, start with a chunky bracelet instead. It brings balance, especially when paired with softer fabrics or neutral tones. And if you want contrast, try combining your chunky necklace with small stud earrings or a delicate ring. It creates harmony, just like the balance we seek in life. Chunky chains also send a subtle message that's especially empowering as we age. You're not fading, you're taking up space, unapologetically. And that doesn't mean loud or flashy. It means rooted, present, and fully alive. So whether you're dressing up for a special event or just adding flair to your weekly errands, don't shy away from something bold. Let it reflect your strength. Let it mirror your confidence. Because you've earned the right to be seen on your terms. And just when you think we've explored every corner of personal style, there's one more trend that invites your inner artist to come out and play. Beaded jewelry. There's something joyful about color. The way a burst of turquoise or coral can brighten not just your outfit, but your entire mood. That's the magic of beaded jewelry. And in 2025, it's not just trending, it's thriving. Beaded jewelry brings back a sense of playfulness that many of us left behind somewhere in our younger years. But why should joy be reserved for the young? At 60, 70, even 80, you've earned the right to wear colors that speak to your soul. This year, beaded pieces are making a vibrant comeback. Necklaces, bracelets, even earrings that mix vivid hues with handcrafted charm. Think sunny yellows, rich blues, earth-toned greens. Think natural gemstones, wood beads, polished glass, and tiny metallic accents. Every piece feels like a little adventure, bold, imperfect, and completely unique. And the beauty? It doesn't have to match, it just has to feel right. Layer a chunky beaded necklace over a plain tee and jeans, and suddenly your look comes alive. Stack multiple beaded bracelets next to your watch for a casual, artsy vibe. Mix textures, smooth, matte, faceted, for added interest and depth. For women who love creativity, this is the trend to lean into. You can even make your own. Yes, really. Visit a local bead shop or order a DIY kit online. It's not about perfection, it's about expression. Sitting at your kitchen table, stringing together memories, colors, and tiny shapes until it becomes something completely you. And for those who want refinement over boho, there are elegant versions too. Think beaded pieces with geometric patterns, minimalist lines, or natural stones in a neutral palette. They're understated, but still full of personality. Beaded jewelry also blends beautifully with other trends. Try layering with a thin initial necklace or pairing with stacked bangles. It all comes together like a visual diary of your day, your taste, your journey. And perhaps what makes this trend so special is that it reminds us, beauty doesn't need to be flawless. It needs to be real, just like you. Now that we've celebrated color, creativity, and the joy of crafting something truly yours, it's time to gently say goodbye to what no longer serves us. What's fading out? As we welcome in new trends that inspire self-expression and creativity, it's also time to gently release the ones that no longer reflect who we are. Because sometimes, holding on to outdated pieces isn't just about fashion, it's about holding on to versions of ourselves that we've outgrown. In 2025, traditional pearl strands are taking a graceful step back. Those perfectly symmetrical, tight white necklaces that once felt so proper and polished now feel a bit confined. That doesn't mean pearls are gone. They're simply being reimagined. Baroque pearls, keshi pearls, asymmetrical shapes, they reflect life as it really is, beautiful, organic, and full of surprise. Plain metal jewelry is also fading from the spotlight. Minimalist gold or silver bands with no texture, no pattern, no story, they may have felt timeless once. But today's woman craves something more expressive, something that feels like it was made for her, not just sold to her. Next, we're letting go of thin, delicate chains, those barely there pieces that whisper rather than speak. They had their moment, especially during the less is more era. But now the pendulum has swung toward boldness. And if you still love your thin chains, don't worry, they can be reimagined too. Try layering them with chunkier styles for contrast, or use them to hold meaningful pendants. We're also saying goodbye to unadorned jewelry, pieces with no texture, color, or detail. The world is craving individuality, and flat, lifeless designs just don't make the cut anymore. Instead, think engraving, mixed metals, meaningful symbols, or even custom designs that reflect your personal journey. And perhaps most importantly, it's time to move away from mass-produced designs, pieces that everyone has, that feel generic, that say nothing about you. Today's woman is choosing craftsmanship, sustainability, and artistry. She's supporting small designers, local makers, and jewelry that tells a story because she knows she is the story. This isn't about rules or fashion police, it's about alignment. When you open your jewelry box, you deserve to see pieces that light you up, that feel like they belong to the woman you are now, not the version of you that tried to blend in. So if it no longer sparks joy, let it go. Create space for what feels true, fresh, and alive. Because in the final moments of our journey today, we're going to circle back to the heart of it all, why jewelry matters, and how it can help you remember the woman you've always been. Your jewelry, your story. Somewhere along the way, many women begin to feel invisible, as if their style, their voice, their presence no longer carries the same weight it once did. But let me tell you something important, something too often left unsaid. You have never stopped being beautiful. You have never stopped deserving to feel seen. And you most certainly have not outgrown the right to express yourself boldly, joyfully, and unapologetically. Jewelry is not just about what's trendy. It's about how you show up in the world. It's a reflection of your spirit, your memories, your stories. A charm bracelet passed down from your mother. A necklace with the initials of your grandchildren. A new piece you bought just for yourself, simply because it made you feel radiant. The trends of 2025 are not here to change who you are. They're here to remind you of who you've always been. Elegant, creative, playful, strong. Whether you wear stacked bangles that tell your story with every move, a brooch that echoes timeless charm, or a bold chain that says, I'm still here and I'm still shining, every piece you wear can become an extension of your voice. So open that jewelry box again, not with hesitation, but with hope, not with doubt, but with delight. Curate a collection that doesn't just decorate you, but honors the beauty you carry within. You deserve to feel this beautiful every single day. And if this video spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to subscribe, share your favorite piece in the comments, and join us again as we continue exploring the joy of style at every age and on your own terms. Because elegance never expires, it simply evolves with you